So there's another Republican presidential debate coming up this week, this one in California at the Reagan Presidential Library on Wednesday night. Heading into that, of course, the question everybody's talking about is how will the other Republican candidates treat Donald Trump and how will he treat them? But I'd suggest there's a much more important and more substantive question to be thinking about heading into Wednesday night, and is this: how much of this debate will be dominated by national security and foreign policy? My guess would be it's going to be more than the first debate was. A couple of reasons for that. The Iran nuclear deal, which was the subject of bitter debate here in Washington and Congress last week, has brought this subject to the surface in the campaign, as I discussed in my Capital Journal column in the Journal today. And secondly, one of the questioners at the debate on Wednesday night is going to be Hugh Hewitt, a conservative radio talk show host, who's shown particular interest in boring in on national security issues with the Republican candidates. So that suggests to me two questions that ought to be addressed to the candidates. The first one is, what would you actually do to take the place of the Iranian nuclear deal? It's easy to talk about tearing up the nuclear deal. It's much more difficult to just say, what would you put in its place to both stop an Iranian nuclear breakout and to keep the international coalition that's been resisting Iran together? And second, are you willing to put U.S. forces on the ground in the Middle East to fight Islamic State extremists? Lots of concern about Islamic State expressed by voters. Very easy to sound tough in battling Islamic State, but the real money question is, are you willing to put forces on the ground, or are you going to rely and hope that friends in the region can take care of it? If the candidates aren't forced to answer those two questions, they're kind of getting off easy with the rhetoric of sounding tough without really translating that into specific policies.